Hello everyone, in today's video we are going to talk about device isolation in Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. We will talk about what it is, when to use it and how to do it. Now let's first imagine a scenario. Let's say one of your employee, John, clicks on a phishing email and download the malware without realizing it. Within a minute, Defender detects unusual activity on John's laptop, like it's trying to talk to other device on the network or contact to a suspicious external server. Your SOC team gets an alert. Now, before doing a full investigation, the first thing you want to do is to stop the malware from spreading to the other machines. So that's where device isolation comes in. By doing the device isolation, what we are going to achieve is we want to stop the malware from spreading to other devices on the network, like a lateral movement stop, and cut off the communication with the attacker's commands and control server. But the device is still connected to the Defender cloud, so your team can investigate, collect logs, and run scans. So you also want to do this to buy time to analyze what happened without the threat getting worse. And optionally, you can keep the Outlook teams working so that you can still reach to the user for any communication. So that's all about your device isolation. In simple word, this is basically a security action that cut off a compromised or suspicious device from talking to anything else on the network, while still letting defender or security team stay connected it remotely. So you can think a non-technical example like putting a sick patient in a quarantine room. They cannot infect the other patient, but the doctor can still walk in and treat them. Now let's jump into the machine and see how we can isolate a device while doing the investigation for any incidents or threat. So right now I am on my client machine and this machine is already onboarded in the Defender for Endpoint. So let me go to the Intune portal, and if I go to the Defender portal from Intune portal, we have to go to the security.microsoft.com, and if we go to the assets and devices, we can see that we have a lot of devices onboarded, and this is my device on which I will show you how to isolate the device while doing the investigation. So this machine is active, and let me first go to the device and open the PowerShell. And now what I want to show you is that this machine is connected to the internet. So if I type ping google.com and with minus t, now you can see that this machine is continuously pinging the google.com, indicating that the internet connectivity is there on that machine. So when we are initiating a isolate action on the device, there will be a disconnect from the internet, but still this device is connected to the Defender cloud so that you can do your investigation. So how to do this? Let me go to the Defender portal. So there are multiple ways to do this. You have to select the machine on which you want to initiate a isolate action, and then you have to go to this three dots, and here you have an option called isolate a device. What you have to do, you have to click on this, and then you have to take a decision whether you want to allow Outlook, Teams or Skype for business communication while device is isolated. If you want to allow it, so user can use the Teams or Outlook so that you can communicate with the user. Otherwise, the Teams and Outlook will also be disabled. And then you have to put some comment here, like if you have an INC number, so you can put here and then click on confirm. And now device isolation is pending. You can see that immediately on the machine, user is also getting a notification that network disabled on your machine, and Now we can see that the device is not able to communicate with the google.com. It means the network is not there on this machine, but still this machine is communicating to the Defender Cloud Portal. Okay. Now, once you complete your entire investigation and you want to now release the isolation, how to do this? You have to again go to the same location, same device, and then you are able to see an option called release from isolation. So you have to click on this, and then whatever you want to say that uh, INC 123456 is now closed, and then click on confirm, and it will again take some time and release the isolation. Now we can see that this machine is now removed from the isolation, and now machine can communicate with the other device in the network. And one important point I want to talk about, there are some scenarios where after releasing the device from the isolation, machine is not able to communicate the internet, or you can say that isolation is not removed from the device. Okay. So in that case, you have to download the script and run on the device manually so that you can remove the device from the isolation. And the same command you can also initiate when you are doing the investigation and response, and in the alerts and incidents. If you click on the incidents, let's say you are working on some incidents like this incidents, right? And you can see that this incident is affecting the three assets, two device and one user. So these are the two device. So you can also initiate the device isolation from this location. You have to select the device, and then again you will have an option here to three dots, and then from here you can initiate the isolated device, and once you are able to finish your investigation, you can remove the isolation. So that's all I want to show you in this video, and I will talk to you soon in my next video.